I throwing away money by renting?
No. No, it's it's kind of a, I don't want to say old school psychology, right? But there's a time in every marketplace where you should rent. There's a time in every marketplace where you should own. When your cost of, coming into 2008, right? You're looking at the cost of housing, you're looking at, tract homes selling for almost $1 million. But yet you can rent that same tract home for a couple grand. You want to be renting. There's no way you can, you buy $1 million home, you're going to be paying a lot more than $2,000, $3,000 a month. So there's times where you don't have like an equilibrium between rent and buy. There are also times in the marketplace where you do have that equilibrium. And there, it's only time to buy if you actually have the down, right? Where people, I think, get really kind of sucked into the whole process is, I can get this 3% loan, I can have very little equity to start with, and I just get my foot in the door. There's not a lot of wiggle room there. I mean, it's a way to actually get in trouble. So if you have the down, it's, rent versus buy should be really close to the same. Give or take a couple tax benefits. But yeah, no, it's not throwing money away.
So then do you think owning a home is an investment?
No. Like your residence?
Yes, like the home I live in. Is that an investment?
No. No, and people would argue with me on that back and forth, but...
Because I think the two things right now I always hear is if you rent or if you lease or anything where you don't own, you're throwing away money.
Yeah.
And then everyone looks at their house as they invest in real estate, or that's their real estate investment. It's the home they live in.
Yeah. Yeah, the home you live in is a consumable. So something that you invest, when you invest in real estate, you try to get max leverage, right? There you actually do want to have high leverage because hopefully you have high cash reserves to support that leverage as well. You're also, maximizing rents. You're doing that's an investment. When you're living in a house, you buy a house or a home for a lot of different reasons other than investing. When I go to invest in a piece of property, I'm looking for an area where I can get the highest rents, or I can get the most density. All those different things. When I go to buy a home, I'm looking at things like, do they have good schools? Is there traffic coming up and down the street so my kids can play? Is it back to open space, or am I backing right to my neighbor's yard? These are all things that they do play into the value of a home, but it's not necessarily, you don't want to buy a home on that basis, right? Or you would not buy an investment on that same basis.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, I've always talked to clients like that their home is a consumable. You don't want to overspend on it, because if you become house poor, well, again, we run into the same problem. You just over-levered, and now you've got a lot of debt, and you're right back to the beginning of the conversation of how do I get out of debt? So if you buy reasonably, buy a nice house, you'll get to live in a nice place, get some appreciation, but you'll also have some money to actually go and invest in real investments.
Right.
Yeah.
And the two things the homes is really good for is hedging against inflation, and a forced savings plan. That's what most people. Those are the two benefits.
A forced savings plan. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. So you're not gonna make a ton of ROI, but you're gonna be paying down a little bit every single month.
So for you, you're pretty much going through this now of, are you going to buy a home, or should you invest in rental properties? What's going to make the ultimate decision, or where's your head at now with it?
Right. So right now I rent for a couple of different reasons. One, I know exactly what I'm going to spend every single month. So I have a fixed cost. I know that I just need to pay one cost to live there, right? So if electricity goes out, or if the water heater breaks, or the roof starts leaking, I can call my landlord and say, hey, something went wrong, I need you to fix it by the end of the week. And good landlords will do that, right? Also right now, it provides flexibility with my time, because I think right now my time is best spent getting better and learning more for my career, as well as not spending time fixing and managing a household, because houses come with time and expenses. Now, there's going to be a time where it's time to settle down with my family. My wife's going to say, hey, we need a place to call home to raise our kids, hopefully, right? And that's going to be a wonderful time, but that's with different motives. It's not to make an extra $50,000.